people are really gonna watch this,
They ain't got nothing else to do.
right?
Word.
I ain't going on social media talking shit about TDS Radio. I know that much.
My man, Coach Block.
What's up, cuz? How we living?
You're rocking with TDS Radio.
Get it, Kim. All right. She got a vision, and she want us to execute this vision.
Ooh, man. That's what TDS is about today.
Ken and Kim are the two dopest siblings that I know.
All right, man. You ready?
Am I ready? Are they ready? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man, Coach Block, one half of TDS Radio, and I am here with
Your girl so bad.
O-B-L-I-O, come closer.
Hey, oh, how you doing?
Angle's a little high today, but that's okay.
It's okay. It's good.
We'll work with it.
My forehead is shiny. Jesus Christ.
Shiny's good.
I'm over here like I can put in a mean alternator with my hat tilted this way.
Don't start your shit today, okay?
All I'm missing is a Lucy hanging out the bottom. Hey, go ahead and give me a 6-pack real quick. I'll have them brakes on in no time.
It's already been smoked and clipped.
Don't, Obi. Don't.
Today we have to be professional.
We have a guest today.
Well, until they get here, we can still have fun. It's Friday. How was your day? I think I'm going to be in diabetic coma and shock.
Oh, you drunk all of it?
But I split it. So I split everything. But
Still.
I did drink that entire. I was thirsty. I needed my Gatorade bottle, but I didn't feel like walking to the car to get it.
I'm sorry.
But it's okay.
Hey,
How was everybody's day?
I'm glad it's Friday. Let's just say that.
Yeah, me too. I
I'm
can't wait to
glad
get
it's
home. Enjoy this time with y'all and people viewing and writing, and then get home and just cheat.
Yeah.
How about you?
I had a really good day.
That's good.
Like I had a chance to just BS all day.
That's good.
Yeah,
Always good.
I enjoyed it.
What about y'all? Check in with us. How was your day? It's finally Friday. We're getting ready to start the weekend, and it's.
Oh, I'm
things are
sorry.
about to happen.
Feel good.
Oh, feel great.
Feel great.
Feels great.
Feel great. How's everybody? Hey, how's everybody? I don't know. See, I gotta understand. See, this is
That's the sugar kicking in already.
That's the sugar. And being diabetic too, I'm over here like, so who's running the show today? Huh? No, I'm cool. It was a lot though. I had to do something with them whack ass Tyson nuggets.
Nah, don't blame it on the fries, because you should have went upstairs and got your goddamn water.
I should have, but I was lazy. I'm tired. My day starts at 4.
Yeah.
That stuff is rough.
Yeah.
Every day,
That
you get
sounds
mad at kids before you even see them. As soon as that alarm clock go, I'll be like, you little mother. You ain't seen not one kid yet. I'm so sick of y'all asses.
I gotta be here to teach y'all.
Damn it. But it's a good day. Today's a good day. Let's finish strong. And we have a guest. So the guest today is we're gonna be talking about neurodivergence, which dating and dealing with neurodivergence, which basically you have been diagnosed somewhere upon the spectrum, and now you're out in the dating world.
Which is why I love the show Love on the Spectrum.
But that is
y'all.
severe cases. This is a person who is not severe.
I'm not saying he's severe, but it's nice to see it from the standpoint of, them, like you said, being so severe on the spectrum and still trying to find love. Because like you said, they're people, they have feelings just like we do, whatever have you. And they're adults. They have the same sensations that we do of just wanting love, wanting to have a partner, wanting to have sex, wanting intimacy, and how to navigate that. But seeing, like you said, how to have those conversations and navigate social cues. Because the one guy, they took him speed dating, and he was like, so do you like to go outside? And she was like, no. And he was like, and didn't want to talk to her anymore. But he didn't really know how to navigate speed dating. Like that was a lot for him, and he got.
I don't think they should have did that to him.
No,
that was rude.
That was
like, you know what I mean. Like
it wasn't just him. It was that like everyone who's.
I don't think
everybody that was on the spectrum was doing the speed dating. Oh,
but they missed the mark. It was kind of awkward.
Yeah, they should have done a little bit better planning on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. You can rotate, but let's not give it speed dating because that's crazy.
Yeah. He said no and looked off. That is wild.
It was so awkward. Oh,
Okay.
so awkward.
I'm sorry. Oh, birthdays.
Yes.
So how's everybody doing on their Friday? Yeah, let's see how many birthdays I have today.
I don't have any.
Isn't Takia?
Oh shit!
I have 4.
What? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you, Kia.
So go ahead with your first birthday.
I was confident too. I don't know anyone's birthday that's today. She would have cussed me out. You motherfucker. So of course we got to shout out our sexy educator. You know her, Tyranikia D. Chappelle. Today is her birthday, and according to her, it is a national holiday. So make sure you show some love to our sexy educator today and wish her a very, very happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You have any?
No, I just gave her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have 5. I have 5. I have Sean Farr, age 45. I have Mick Fazio, I'm sorry, 56. Robert Hunter, celebrating his 57th. Coach John Fahoko. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right because he is. Yeah. So
Okay.
John is he's I don't want to say Polynesian, but he's of that descent. Like, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing it specifically. It's Fehoko. Fahoko.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Coach John is what everybody calls
Mm-hmm.
him. And then Miss Juanita Mitchell. And so yeah, that's all I got today. Over the weekend we got a lot, but we'll get to those on Monday. So happy birthday. I have got to fix this. It drives me nuts. And as the saying goes, continue to live your life in a way that makes every day worth celebrating from
Yes.
the Sibs. Got a little extra, because I couldn't find the button.
I know. Come on, get a whip.
So, let's talk some entertainment news.
Let's do it.
Entertainment news. So Fab, who we talking about first?
Well, first and foremost, let's do everyone's favorite light-skinned person, Drake. Yes, your favorite
Drizzy.
Canadian is back
Man.
at it. He is doubling down because there has been, some talks about whether or not his song Push-Ups was actually a song that he created or if it was AI. So some people were like, we don't know if this is actually Drake or whatever have you, and it may work in his favor because if it's whack, he can always say it's AI, but if people are feeling it, they can say it's him. Well, it's actually him, and he released it on all streaming platforms. So if you would like to hear the diss that he has for Metro, for Future, for The Weeknd, for Kendrick, and for J. Cole, and for Rick Ross, it is now available on Tidal, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, or wherever you stream your music. Did you guys hear the song?
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I just read.
Where you won't hear it is TDS Radio. You won't hear it there.
Read some of the things that he said. So while he was mocking Kendrick Lamar, this is what he had to say because he was, mocking his features. He said, Maroon 5 need a verse. You better make it witty. How the fuck you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? And then he said, pipsqueak, pipe down. You ain't no big 3. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped down. Like your label boy, you Interscope right now. And then he circles back to J. Cole where he says, and that fucking song y'all got is not starting beef with us. This shit brewing in a pot and now I'm heating up. I don't care what Cole think. That dot shit was weak as fuck. Then he decides to double down on Rick Ross where he says, can't believe he jumping in this. This nigga turning 50. Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. So yeah,
like you definitely should shut up. Ricky Rose is way too old to be involved in any of this.
Yeah,
48 years old. Ease up, bro. You need to be just chilling like Scarface and them.
First of all of those bars were whack.
They were
Garbage.
They were.
Drizzy is trash.
He should have went to AI to help him with this song because this is ridiculous.
Chat GPT, help me diss these Negroes. But
yeah, I
Okay.
mean, like I said, I'm not feeling it. And the other thing I'm not feeling is your girl Tay-Swift.
Who?
Yes, Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Yes, Taylor Swift allegedly dropped a song where she is firing back pew 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 at Kim Kardashian.
Oh,
Kim
God.
looks terrible right here. That is a terrible look.
If you can remember, there
She
was
looks
a
like her mom.
whole beef
She do.
between Kim and Taylor and Kanye when he dropped that song Famous, and he was like, yo, Taylor Swift is lying on me, like she said I could use her name, I played it for her, blah 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 blah. And Kim, being the dutiful wife at the time, she was like, I got evidence, dropped it, dropped the video and the audio of Taylor Swift saying, oh my God, I love it, blah 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 blah. And ever since then people kind of looked at Taylor like, why are you lying, bitch? So I guess Taylor was sitting on this. She was sitting on it for a while. And the song is called Thank You, Amy. But the K and the I and the M is capitalized in the song. And these are her bars. So she said, all that time you were throwing punches, I was building something, and I couldn't wait to show you it was real. Screaming, fuck you, Amy, to the night sky as the blood was gushing. I can't forget the way you made me heal. Everyone knows that my mother is a saintly woman, but she used to say she wished that you were dead. I pushed each boulder up the hill. Your words are still just ringing in my head. And maybe you've reframed it, and in your mind, you never beat my spirit black and blue. I don't think you've changed much, so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day, your kid comes home singing a song only us two is going to know is about you. Bars. T-Swift said you don't want it with her, Kimmy K.
I'm weak.
Girl, what the hell is this?
Why?
That part.
Why
Like,
is-
damn. First of all, it's been how many years since that whole
That
debacle?
was in 2016. Oh,
Who cares?
Right.
Like, we're so happy that you're able to get your master's back, ma'am. You got your a football boyfriend.
Travis. Mhm.
Go live your life.
You're a billionaire. Yes.
and just leave it alone.
You're winning. The fact that she even felt the need to address this is like, really, Taylor?
Is a
the
culture
breakup queen,
vulture. She's a culture vulture. So, just like she mimicked Beyonce with the movie After Your Tour, and then all of a sudden she had a movie after the
whole
tour.
drumline thing.
And then now here we go with there's beef, and now you want to put you and the Swifties out there against Kim K. And who wants to argue with anybody who looks like that? What are we fighting about? Everything about Kim K here says struggle mom trying to hold it together.
I 100% agree. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like neither one of them.
That's what I'm
But
saying, like, what are we talking about? Like, you got to know when you've already won the fight.
Yeah, seriously. You've been winning. You've literally been winning.
You got to know that this is who you're fighting.
A mother of four.
Kris Jenner.
Ray J's first porn video. You are taking the time to fight her. That family needs to thank Ray J every single day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Ray J's penis, none of these people would be important. Ray J and OJ are the reason why these people are even relevant today. Like Ray J and OJ are the reason why they are relevant today. I forgot Caitlyn Jenner even existed until it made the post, because I don't know which way we go, because he's changed it. Not because I'm saying it to be mean, because he said he doesn't want to identify as a woman, and now he does want to identify with flip, flop, flop, big feet. I don't know. So whatever it is, because that his feet are huge. So whatever it is, I forgot about you. And did we really think about Kim K until this? Like, sometimes y'all make people popular by bringing up stuff that
it's not important.
I promise you.
I mean, both of them have, I mean, like I said, she's moved on. Kim has moved on. Kim has 4 children now. And the only reason why she dropped the video.
Looks like this.
The only reason why she dropped the video was because you lied. Like, you tried to make Kanye seem like the bad guy at the time.
Not right here.
So,
see what I'm saying? Like, her lips don't look right. And did she take away some of the stuff that she had in for her butt? Because remember, she used
to.
I don't know.
That's probably Photoshop.
They tried.
My wife stink.
They tried. Okay. Well, Swifties, at the end of the day, keep Swifting.
Yeah.
Those were her bars. So speaking of bars,
I think the one thing that's funny about your kids will be singing my songs. That's funny to me.
That is.
Because they will.
Oh, yeah.
And now you got to deal with it like, ooh. Wait, let me put my face back.
Shut up. I was Kim. I'd be like, but bitch, you still lied at the end of the day. And I would re-drop the fact that you lied. I'd be like, oh yeah, let's play that video again.
Rewind, press play.
You can say whatever you want to say about me, but this is rich people problems because both of them have a lot of money.
Plenty money.
Right.
So
and she getting Kanye money and her own money. Sheesh.
Yeah. So both of them are winning.
Your lips.
Taylor, please sit down.
Please.
Like
please fix your lips.
Sit down. Because I don't feel like hearing about a so-called diss. But while we're on the topic of new music, Nicki Minaj is back at it. This time she re-released the FTCU, as you know, Fuck the Club Up song, but she decided to bring some people along with her for this remix. Those people are Sexy Red, Chris Brown, and Travis Scott.
Terrible.
Yes.
All these people are terrible.
Actually, the remix isn't bad.
I trust Chris Brown. That's the only person.
Yeah.
Travis wasn't bad either. His verse wasn't bad. Sexy Red, she's still with that whole
She can't rap.
Yeah. So
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think she's just on the track because she's popular, but she wasn't needed. Chris Brown is always going to do Chris's thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Travis, I'm a fan of Travis. I know he has a whole legal situation going on, but yeah.
Everybody knows I don't have a problem with Breezy, but I don't see Breezy in a mix with the other 3.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, Nicki and Chris already got a song together, which is called Only, but it had Lil Wayne. I can understand. I would take
Shorty Get Loose too. Was that her song?
No,
that's
not her song. But there's another song that she is featured on that I believe that is his.
Okay, mm-hmm.
But like they've done features together.
Yes.
Travis, I'm not really into his music as much, but I feel like he's a good mix. But you're right when it comes to Sexy Red because she is popular.
It's like, let's throw her on the track. And because everyone says that Nicki Minaj doesn't get along with the rap girlies. So it's like, oh, to show that I actually do, let me get the most popular one and ride the, bandwagon and throw her on there. Because she wasn't needed on the remix, to be completely honest.
But she don't get along with rappers because that shit gonna be over soon.
Hello.
Can we get some real music?
No.
Like,
everything is popcorn.
This person just kills. Because you can even ignore Travis. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you add this and it's like, oh man,
people love her. Get it sexy.
And because I go to a school that is not a large population of African American students, I can clearly say I don't think we're the one pushing her as much. Because when that goddamn school lets out,
that's all you hear.
Between all the people that we be like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's all you hear in that parking lot. And you can't tell them that they're not the biggest trappers in the world in their trucks. They are trapping. And me and one of the other coaches that teach gym, we just be laughing like, what have we stepped into? Because you wouldn't think that, right? You would think that that would be a predominantly Black school, that you would hear this type of them girls be pumping that sexy red, like, and I know they parents don't like it, you know, like CB4. Remember, I don't know if y'all know that movie.
Yeah,
that was CB4 when the little son was pumping that, and his dad was just like, stop it. That's what happens. I know it. It has to. There's no way that they're cool with that, but you can't tell them girl they turn into sexy red when that bell rings. And you just be like,
What's so sad?
Like,
this is not getting you closer to the culture. I promise y'all.
Just like I wish I would have got the video, and I might have to find it. Did y'all see the video of a group of white girls dancing to that that little thing that everybody's doing, but they had do-rags on?
Nah.
Y'all didn't see that video?
Nah.
You talking about the Eat Her Up? To the floor right now, something.
Girl, I don't know. Whatever that Afrobeat song is.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
But it was a group of white girls.
Were they dancing
to
good?
They were dancing to it, but they felt the need to put on do-rags. And it's just like everybody was like, really? Like, even if you dance to it, okay, we're gonna give you your props or whatever have you. But why did you feel the need to blacken it up by putting do-rags on?
Because I need to feel like I'm in the culture. And I told you, man, if you want to see some wild stuff, man, just get a guest pass and come to my school.
I'm gonna find the video. I will.
What you see is hilarious. When I see them boys with them jeans.
Yes, baggy clothes, and it was a group of them dancing, and they had, like I said, do-rags on. I'm gonna find the video so we can play it because the shit was ridiculous.
It's the culture,
absolutely ridiculous.
And they tried to fit into the culture.
Yes, they do. I promise you.
And what also is ridiculous is Neo. I don't know what he's out here in these streets doing.
Mr. Independent.
He is out here with 2 girlfriends, and it's just like
Neo said, what? Y'all hating. Play the video?
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Ha 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 ha.
Don't let it ruin my day. Okay. At the end of the day, the people I love know I love them and they love me.
Why don't you write songs about dating multiple women? You're always just like, gassing up one lady at a time when you're writing music.
I mean, the songs come out depending on the situation and the circumstance.
Okay.
This is the first time that I've been in a relationship or situation like this, so.
And how is it?
Say that no songs about it will come to pass. They'll come.
I love it.
I don't force it when it comes to music. It happens naturally. It happens organically.
You recommend the situation you're in now?
No.
Why?
I don't recommend anything to anybody. What works for me might not work for you, and vice versa. So
girls,
find out what works for you.
Can I ask your girls, would you want to get married with 2 women and Neo? Something you'd be open to?
I don't know what to say to that.
I don't. Corny. I mean, I'll give him this props when he's
forced.
like, I don't recommend anything to anybody.
Forced.
This is, what works for me. I'm all here for that. But Neo, we all know you're a serial cheater, and we just stick to writing good music. That's all. The whole I'm gonna have 2 girlfriends, go around in public, make this a thing. Sir, stop. And TMZ reporters, stop. Because they're so intrusive and they just don't know when to just like back off. Like they're not even answering you. They're just smiling, whatever. Back away, whatever. Thanks, Neo. Appreciate you, but
keep it moving.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was forced, and it was corny as a guy.
Forced who?
Like he forced that out. Like that was corny. None of that needed to be said, discussed, or talked about. It was one of the things where it's kind of like, we set this up, because we do know that they set things like this up.
They did.
It felt scripted to me.
Okay.
Because you're too prepared for the answers. You see what I'm saying? Like you were crisp with how you were delivering everything.
You don't think he was just being avoidant?
No. He answered the questions as she was asking them, because even down to, would you advise? No, I wouldn't advise this for nobody else to do me. No, do you do a song?
Yeah.
How about that?
A new one.
And because who you are sleeping with and how many people don't make a difference.
It
doesn't make a difference. It's not our business. So with that being said, Neo, why are you flaunting this? And it took a while for me to know that like the comedian D-Ray is like D-Ray is the light-skinned comedian with like hazel eyes.
Yes,
D-Ray
D-Ray.
Yeah, D-Ray. So he's in a poly relationship.
He is.
Yeah. But it didn't come out. It accidentally came out because somebody caught him with a still shot picture, and then he openly admitted.
Oh.
This, come on, Neo.
And it might
because we all thought that you might have been a little bit,
Yes. Well, it might be because his ex-wife was on the Breakfast Club and they were asking her questions about their relationship and how she found out that he was cheating. So because she was on there talking about him and all stuff like that, it was like, oh, let's find Neo and let's ask him questions because nobody was really pressed.
Now,
But
okay, go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
Go
But did
ahead.
you know she's also on a reality show as well in Atlanta? And she talks about that whole entire situation openly. Not only is she up there, Tamika, but Malaysia, my girl. I love Malaysia.
With the teeth?
Yeah, from Basketball Wives.
Girl, her teeth aggravate me, but okay. They do. Her teeth aggravate me. Whoever did her dental work did her wrong. Period.
She's on the show too. So how they meet up is basically the fact that them two have an issue due to the wife prior to the one he just divorced. It's a cycle. Like that's the issue. It's a cycle. When she got married, the last wife got married to him, he was already cheating.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. I remember that.
And so now it's just the cycle continues. But I feel like with him, he doesn't really want her to continue to voice her story, which is the pattern that everybody continues to tell. I do understand. I feel like he did set that up to get ahead of it.
Scripted.
Okay.
And so the other part is like, imagine as a grown-ass man, divorced and all that other stuff, this is what you doing walking down the street with two girls and all. Like in the days of weird R. Kelly type situations where women tend to not answer questions when they're asked and things like that, I would be very careful because to me, I look at those women like, y'all okay?
Right.
Because what? Good? Yeah, y'all straight? Because what?
What's up, dumpling?
You know what I'm saying? Like, how much money did y'all take for this to be scripted the way this is, to look like this?
Right.
Like, I think our celebrities are forgetting that you guys are getting older, and some of the things that younger people can do, we can't do because now it's like, why are you doing that? Because with age comes like, I ain't gonna say maturity, but just there's certain behaviors where you'd be like, so we just gonna walk down the street and answer these questions. You didn't want to say, talk about your fans, talk about none of that. You specifically wanted to talk about the fact that you're in a poly relationship, scripted. Then when the girls ask, all she could do is smile, scripted. Because at a certain point in time, you're going to keep answering the question. Guess what you're going to do? Stop. What's up? Yes, I'm in a poly relationship, but we ain't even talking about that. What else are we talking about? Like, as much as we get mad at Kanye for getting mad at paparazzi, that's how people would respond after a while. Because my business is my business. Just like he punched the dude who touched his wife.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it gets to a point where it's like, this is scripted, Neo, and we don't believe you. What I do believe is that you probably share the comfort of men. Because that looked like a guy who shares the comfort of men.
Yeah, I don't.
Because where is the man in that whole situation? We're gonna keep answering these questions. Now it's gonna be like, you know what? No, I'm good, thank you.
Right.
And you would bring it back to your fans, like my personal life, back to my fans. Not answer every single question while we walk down the street. Be you and be comfortable with that.
Well, that's what he's doing with his girlfriends.
No, he's not. He paid
girlfriends.
He paid them because as soon as the one said, "Would you get married?" She laughed. Like, girl, I'm here for the check.
It is.
I'm here for a good time.
Yeah, I'm not. I am getting this money.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Not going to go down that rabbit hole today, but we can. We can. Yes.
What rabbit hole? The cult?
The whole cult thing, and then the reason why I feel like Neo is cheating and doing all these things, because I feel like he is a closeted gay, and I think that he's struggling with his sexuality. So to really try to make it seem like I'm not gay, you're over sexualizing women, you're cheating on them because it's like you want to fulfill this need that I feel like can only be satisfied from a man.
Like we care. You know what I'm saying? That's your butt.
Yeah.
If you want to give it up, it's on you. It ain't like I'm like, man, my butt hurts. Why Neo somewhere giving up his butt and I can feel it.
Oh my God.
It's your butt.
Let's move
If
on.
you want to share sir, you can share your butt
your Bucci
with
cat.
whomever you want to. No one cares.
Bucci cat.
No, ain't nobody gonna say. Ain't nobody gonna say, you know what? I am so disappointed at Neo hiding his booty.
No, we don't care.
Nobody
We don't
cares.
care. Neo.
We are way past that. So you don't have to hire two women to walk down the street to be with you to be like, I'm Superman, not gay. No, that makes you look even more gay. That makes you look even more gay. So just be you, man. This is probably the best time for anybody to be exactly what they want. Because you can't criticize anybody.
No.
And just like when Ashanti, was like, oh, I'm pregnant, girl, we know. If Neil was like, oh, I'm gay, we know. So what else is going on?
Correct. We're gonna be like, so you just wasted everybody else's time like that.
So
and other gay people know that you're gay. When gay people say you're gay, then that's when you know it's serious. Like, and I didn't think that was the case until being around gay men, and gay men be like, he gay. And then you be like, nah. And come out later, you be like, no, you know what?
You were onto something.
You said this man gay.
How did I think
that
time?
You know what? Because the one time he did questionably say something that, okay. There was a friend.
Okay. All right.
I'm in the car. I had another friend in the car. Lena's watching, so she knows. I'm with this one friend, football player. I'm in the passenger seat and he in the driver's seat. Football player, football, tough, big guys, dudes, shit. And there's somebody in the car over there driving. I can't say the car because then other people know know who it is. Driving the car.
She said, I knew this was coming.
But then there was this hairstyle
trying to move on
that the other friend had over there. The friend had over there. And so then as we're at the light, the car crosses and man, she looked good. I said, that ain't no she. That's our homeboy. Man, you better not tell nobody. Hey man, what you got going on, bro? I'm the one that wear glasses and seen from afar that wasn't
no she.
Yeah, man. What you got going on, bro? So then if somebody would later come back like, yo, such and such was, I'm like, I knew it. He had looked at,
No, he made a mistake.
No, ain't no mistake.
He made a mistake.
I got bad. When I tell you my vision is bad, if I pop out these contact lenses, y'all would be blurry as hell. I saw clear as day who that was. And I knew the car. I'm like, I'm looking past the car like, who are you talking about? Man, in the car right there. Green light, car go past. Hey, man, that's our homeboy. Man, you better not tell nobody. Well, why?
As you tell people.
Well, it's not. Only certain people know the story, but it's hilarious. And then, so then if somebody came back and said, taking it to the point, somebody came back and said, hey, man, such and such is with old dude. I'd have been like, yup, because in the car, he clearly identified another man as sexy.
As a sexy female.
Yeah, female, and loved it. Like he said, ooh. Ooh, when you say ooh, you ever see somebody so fine they make you go ooh?
Yes.
Man, it made him say it made him say ooh. And then so when you say ooh, I had to look because I want to say ooh. So I looked past the car though, like ooh. I don't see ooh.
Bean said it wasn't the first time.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, you know, like and then when you do this and you're like, in that car? Yeah. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. So you sit there and you shut up, like, and look at him. I don't know.
Trying to line it up.
Yeah, trying to put this together.
Oh,
Then the car go past. There, yeah, right there. That's our homeboy. What you mean, bro? You better know nobody, man, angry. No, man, because I seen it over there.
I'm like, okay, sis. Yes.
Bean, thank you, Bean. Thank you for she knows what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this story is true. So if somebody doubled back and was like, yeah, you know, they had, yeah, I mean, I'd have been like, yo, that's how I feel about Neo.
You know they had Yami. Nigga, move on.
Same thing with Neo. Hey, you know Neo, you know what I'm saying?
Yami.
You know Neo, Yami.
Yami.
You know, Neo is Yami. Yeah. Oh, all right. He got any hits though? Because don't nobody care.
Not since or because of you.
Yeah. Is he writing anymore?
No, he did drop a song because Mommy plays this one record by him frequently, but I don't care for it. And it has Fabulous on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't care for it.
Well, Neo.
Be you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Always got a story.
Yeah, always.
I mean,
always. So moving on.
There
There is a little back and forth. It is not necessarily between the two ladies, but more so the fan base. If you haven't heard, Caitlyn Clark allegedly is having a signature Nike shoe line. But some people were mad because they feel as though Asia Wilson should have one first before Kate. They did her so wrong in that picture.
No, that's what she looks like. She looks like Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. She looks like Inspector Gadget, man. There is no angle that has ever been right with her, no matter what picture you take. It's sometimes you just got to take what God gives you, and she does. The 3-pointer, because it ain't nothing about attractiveness.
So this is what social media is saying, because they aren't up in arms.
Exactly, Bean. Don't she look like Inspector Gadget?
They are
Wow.
up in arms. Someone said respectfully, would love to see Asia Wilson enter this lineup. Firmly believe there is a big enough budget at Nike and a bigger market of consumers who would undoubtedly support all of these players, especially highly decorated athlete and personally like Asia. And someone said Asia is a prototype. We have too many Black people in decision-making positions that have stayed voluntarily blind to value and marketability of Black women. And someone also said, well, the reason why she doesn't have a shoe is because nobody knows Asia. And they said that is insane to say. Someone else said, I'm fascinated by the Asia Wilson discourse because I did not see anyone clamoring for her to get a shoe deal in any of the previous 6 years preceding the 2024 draft. What do you guys think?
Caitlyn does something that people want to see, and that's shoot the ball from a very far distance. And she does it well. No different than Steph Curry. When Steph Curry came to the league, he was a scrawny little kid whose jersey barely fit him.
I know.
But he could shoot the ball from ridiculous places at ridiculous angles. It's almost damn near Harlem Globetrotter-esque. Once again, the hardcore basketball fan doesn't support people like Asia enough. The fan who wants to see high-flying shots and things go up and craziness and all that stuff is what catapulted Caitlyn into stardom. It's not her hardcore basketball statistics. It's just not. It's the fact that she can shoot the ball like Steph Curry. That's it. And so those are the people who are pushing the needle and now becoming fans of a sport where there have been people sitting here like, she's not the only star. Like that, but she's the one that's doing something that completely resembles what a man is doing, and she's doing it exceptionally well. So in that case, she has now pushed the needle into a light where people can say, well, women can do it too. But then to the hardcore fan, and I would say I'm a fan, hardcore fan, yes. Respectful, yes. But can I say I understand why Nike would give Caitlyn one first over Asia? Absolutely.
They're jumping on the bandwagon. She's popular. They know she's going to sell. Her shoe is going to sell, period.
They get okay, let's not be angry about this, and let's just call it a spade a spade. Nike they take over and they like to just grab any athlete and or superstar who's hot.
Capitalize off of them, yeah.
They will capitalize off of anybody that they can get. Here's what I find funny. You mad at Caitlyn, but nobody said nothing when Megan got a shoe. So it ain't like you like, hold, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like you like, hold up, why ain't Asia get nothing? Megan don't even play a sport. No. Come on now. If you're gonna be mad about it across the board. Don't be mad because this girl who actually does play the game and does something exceptionally well, better than a lot of people who's played the game before her, is getting her just due. It's her time. Because we have people who have not even played a sport. Kevin Hart has a shoe. Why does Kevin Hart have a shoe and a shoe line? Why? And ain't nobody saying like, no, this nigga can't hoop. He's Minnie Mouse. What sport does he play well? He's not even in the celebrity games, he's a joke. But he got a shoe. You know what I'm saying? So as Chris Rock says, it's selective outrage. I think a lot of why people are mad about Caitlyn is because she's white.
It could be. It could be. My question to those who are upset about it is, realistically, would you buy the shoe?
So if it's the one that I seen, hell no, it got fur on it.
Ew.
So bring in Antonio Bryant. He makes a tweet that gets him in trouble, and Caitlyn blocked him.
Oh yeah.
That said, yeah, that fits. Caitlyn looks like she keeps it hairy.
No, he
Why
didn't.
would you say
What?
that?
Antonio Brown, former Pittsburgh Steeler. Yeah.
I didn't know that's what he said, and that's why she blocked him. I just thought he was being obnoxious, and that's why she blocked him.
He said it fits. She looks like she keeps it hairy.
Wow. That's bold.
AB, ladies and gentlemen. But I don't understand why they made her shoe hairy. Now, if that was really her shoe, I'm praying it's not. But if that was really her shoe has fur on it. Who the f is supposed to wear a furry Nike?
Wow. Trying to play basketball.
Yeah, like it's a hoop shoe first.
That's wild. Yeah, nah.
Ain't nobody buying that.
I'll buy
so.
Tyler, the
Uh-oh.
Creators.
Did I miss something?
No, you didn't. Maybe some kids. I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do believe more women should get those endorsements. I do. But the things that Asia has done, she's lights out as far as WNBA stats.
Right.
But is it the high flying stuff that people get paid to do? You know what I'm saying? She's a hell of a basketball player. Caitlyn is a hell of a shooter. There's a difference.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So Caitlyn can shoot the ball from anywhere and people love to see it. Asia is a hell of a basketball player. So if I'm a hoop enthusiast, I watch her and be like, yo, she's dope. Damn near female Michael Jordan-esque type shit. But is that what sells the tickets? Because here's the thing. The Washington Mystics is what she went to. Like, they've already changed their venue for Caitlyn because she's already sold out tickets, so that now they're playing in the Washington Bullets, like the Wizards. They're playing in the men's stadium now. So they moved the game from the women's stadium because she's already sold enough tickets for the game to be moved to the men's stadium. So y'all mad? Because they coming to see her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to be upset, then we need to see that level of support. And like I said, if she were to come out with a shoe, are you going to buy it? And then are you going to attend these games? Because
I want to know what Megan's stock went with the, because I bet you once people seen that price, it's like that price tag was crazy.
The hotties is buying.
Just like
I
they buy
believe it.
Ivy Park and shit.
Mhm.
But my thing is, if you're going to complain, support. Put your money where your mouth is. Because I can understand. I can understand how that could be frustrating. But the one thing I will say is that Asia was like, look, we're not going to cause any sort of jealousy over here.
Yeah, she didn't
like,
care. She said, we're not stunning that.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yes, queen.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, okay, I'm proud of you for that. But if she does decide to come out with a shoe line or whatever, y'all better make sure y'all support that
But
damn
now
shit.
here's the problem. No. And now if I'm Asia's husband, no.
Why didn't you go get that back?
Yeah, we gotta talk because she coming in with millions. You busting your ass every night for this team, and you making $200,000. That's your salary.
Terrible.
This chick then already made millions and hasn't dribbled the ball in the WNBA yet. So there are some things that we need to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But that's outside of WNBA. That's endorsements.
Yeah.
The WNBA and Caitlyn Clark and what she makes as far as her salary for the WNBA, it's par for the course. But the endorsements outside of that is where the problem is at. So who's endorsing these athletes? Because Angel Reese got some too.
Yeah.
And so like it ain't like it's just she got a Nike one, which everybody's like, but Angel Reese could probably pull Adidas or Under Armour in no time.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So it's more so that popularity amongst those that are giving the endorsement deals. Like the WNBA don't really control this one. This is outside of it. And I hope that they get their just due because it's time.
Yeah.
Them women play just as hard as men. It's come on, cut it out. Give Asia her just due.
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely. Bean said Indiana Fever. What does that mean?
Indiana Fever is a team.
Oh, okay.
So what they did though, the Indiana plays against the Washington Mystics, I think the name of the team is. So remember yesterday you said I would go see it. What's the closest place we can go?
Yes.
Well, for us, the closest place we can go see her, unless you want to go to Indiana, would be Washington.
State?
No, DC.
Oh, okay.
So they just, but I guess a lot of people had the same idea as you, because when I said, well, Washington, so they moved the Mystics to where the Wizards play now. So the Mystics is a smaller stadium, but when they play the Indiana Fever, which is Caitlyn's team, they will be playing at the NBA stadium because they sold out the tickets for the women's arena.
Oh, wow.
So it's moved over to the men's arena.
So then let me ask this. When something like that happens, where technically the ticket goers are coming to see Caitlyn, however, it's still selling out the arena, does that money also go back to Washington?
Well, she don't play for Washington. She plays for Indiana.
That's what I'm saying.
So Washington's the one that is going to benefit.
They're going to pocket it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
But, it depends on who they allocate that money to, because most of it's going to be signed up in TV deals, because now the TV deals and the commercials and all that stuff come into play. Like instead of being on ESPN Ocho, they might be on, ESPN Prime, or they might be on ABC or CBS or, NBC, something like that, which means more money. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the players get that cut. That's the owners that get that cut.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Yeah. And if they choose to allocate to make more, then that's that. But
well, listen, ladies, if you would like for TDS to sponsor you, more than happy.
You ain't got that type of money even for them.
Neither do they.
True.
Just saying. Look, can we work something out here? Hi, Asia. But on to some good news, and I'm happy to hear this because the film industry and the TV industry is just, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm always happy to see Black people essentially make their way into this and also create jobs. 50 Cent, I know y'all call him a troll and he's always talking shit. However, he did something that I'm just like, what, 50, you better do it. He is opening up G Unit Studios, and he's doing it in Shreveport, Louisiana, which I'm like, that is awesome, because definitely going to bring some jobs there. It's needed. And I will say that the facility is beautiful. Yes. Yes, that is awesome. So of course we're going to expect, more content from him, because, he has the Power Universe and stuff like that. Doesn't say quite yet if he's going to be doing movies, but with something that looks like this, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to produce that sort of content. But I definitely am like, at 50, good for you. Congratulations, because if Tyler Perry can do it, you can too. And I would like to see more Black people essentially create their own studios in their own places so that we can get more stories outside of the typical.
I think that's why he trolls.
What you mean?
Because when you know you got something cooking, you start pushing buttons. No, you push buttons on the people who haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to put this studio out, so then I'm gonna talk crazy about people who are in this industry, and I'm about to create jobs, and so then I can talk about Diddy because you didn't do it, and I can talk about you because you didn't do it. There's a list of people that I can talk about because y'all didn't do it. So I get that, because now the flip side of that is now y'all still mad,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all still mad? No different than the baby mom he had, where he was like, I was giving her $500,000. She wanted more. I told her no. So I took myself to child support court, and the court now told her she only gets $6,700.
Now you sitting here looking stupid.
And he said, I told her not to do it. I told her, take the $500,000 a year. You good. Go get a job. She got mad when he said that. And he said, all right.
$500,000 a year or monthly?
He was giving her $500,000 a year.
Oh, that's still good.
It's $500,000.
Yeah.
That that's just kid money. What are you adding to the $500,000? Like, $500,000 a year. She got mad. She wanted more. So he literally went down and wrote his own child support papers and sued himself for child support to pay her. And it was $6,700 a month. So now that's $6,700 a month. We're going to times that out, because this is what I mean about a guy like 50. Like, he sets the trap. Now he trolls you and you're mad, but you just lost the bag. Like, 6,700 times 12, $80,000. You lost $420,000.
Which, let's be honest, is still good if you're not being greedy.
Because
not the average American is even making $60,000 a year.
But you lost. But you had, that's like the dreams where you go to sleep and you got money and you wake up and like, shit, because you don't have the money no more. That's what this was. You had $500,000. You lost $420,000 because you can't shut up. And it's court mandated, so it ain't going to change.
No.
And you got to know that he got lawyers and attorneys and
the time.
Yeah, and all that.
The nigga got time
to write it up. As long as it makes sense on paper. Like, he may have that whole studio, and that studio may be in somebody else's name, and then it's written up that he's just an employee and all that stuff. Like, so he knows how to write that up, so he's not going to pay you a whole bunch of money. If he sued himself, he wrote his own papers to sue himself. What type of nigga?
I love you.
Listen,
nigga's a fucking genius.
And I'm just like, once again, if Tyler Perry can do it, he's doing it. I think it's phenomenal. And like I said, he's bringing it to an area where definitely
let's get people paid, because, we're so tired of Sir Tyler and Madam Oprah and their nonsense controlling the industry and having Black people shut up after they said they just said the conditions. Then all of a sudden the conditions is great. And now we don't hear no more problems. 50, help us. Help us, 50.
Okay. So we are going to get into our messy letter as well. Because our messy letter.
No, I love 50. I'm not upset at 50. 50's a genius. To me, I think 50 be playing the game.
I was going to say, Kevin, you acting like 50.
50 is a genius. Yeah.
Like, what's wrong? You okay?
I got a plan.
Yeah. 50 is a genius. Like,
and anybody that is creating jobs, I'm always here for you. So,
yeah, 50's a genius.
You're creating jobs and you're creating content. So,
because some of these people on these shows, I didn't know who they were. Like the Power and all that stuff. Like, when he first started this stuff out, these people weren't household names. They are now. But so more power. Anybody employing Black folks, I'm down for.
Boom.
Because we need them jobs.
And we definitely need them, because we are not represented in the film and TV industry. So
behind the scenes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing, 50. Even though you're bringing this, make sure,
Don't be hiring Nickelodeon guy. Dan. Don't be hiring no Dans, because I don't want your shit to go there, because that'll happen. Then they'll take it away from them.
Yeah.
Because if we think white people are happy with that one, because we know Hollywood wants to be ran by the people who run it.
Yes.
So now that you changed the game, you in a whole different league of hate. because you cutting into people's money. So let's lift brother 50 up in prayer.
I knew you were gonna do that.
50.
I knew it.
Because we know the enemy is in them. The enemy is in them. You know, once they seen that picture, motherfucker.
And then you, like I said, you put it in Shreveport, Louisiana. I was like, oh, 50, I love you. Come on.
The enemy.
Great things. Great thing. My only, like I said, I have 2 asks: employ people of color, and then also make sure we have diverse content.
Yeah. Because come up off the Black Mafia stuff and give us something else. You got that? Now give us something else.
Yes.
Because that's not gonna go nowhere. But give us something else.
And also, never mind. Getting ready to go down the rabbit hole.
Where's who? Let's go down.
Jordan Peele. Like, we need another movie. But we also should.
He got something coming. Solely. He got something coming, but I forgot the specific. But
no. I'm waiting on Donald Glover.
Donald Glover gets on my goddamn nerves.
I
okay,
please, sir.
He gets on my nerves. Okay, well then let's take a quick break because we do have to do our messy letter, and our guest is here. On time, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with the messy letter. So don't go nowhere. It's TDS Radio.
You have to.
Our voice, our culture. Don't go nowhere. All right, cool. What's up? It's your man, Coach Block. Want to have a TDS radio. Yeah, good job. That's why you're the engineer back there. All right, cool. Got you. So as you can see, we have a guest sitting next to me, to my right, to y'all left. And so the story of how we kind of got to this point where this gentleman is sitting next to me is kind of funny. There was a reel on tonight's conversation. Mm-hmm. And specifically, the reel was speaking to, I kind of forgot by now. What was the reel speaking to?
They were having a conversation between two married ladies about the topic of like creating safe spaces for their partners.
That's right. So then what the woman was saying was, I think this is the other Keita, brown skin Keita, because they're both named Keita. So not the light skin Keita that aggravate, Keita Rose. That's the one that aggravates everybody. It's the other Keita. She was saying, because she's married, you have to create a safe space for your spouse even when you're asking for a safe space for you, because this person may not be able to create a safe space for you because they themselves don't have a safe space. And all she was trying to express is when you're in a relationship, and specifically a marriage, you have to work at this together. Mm-hmm. It's not something that one person point the finger, got to work at it together. And Lord knows the comment section was lit up with, nah, she ain't talking about why is she taking the men off the hook. It went nuts.
Wait, what? Wow. How did it go there?
Because they think she's a pick-me.
Yeah, they thought it was like she was like making it her fault, when I mean that wasn't really the situation. It was more so just discussing the fact that, and it goes on both sides. It was the fact that she as a lady was the one asking the question. I think that's where kind of people like fall on it. They're like, oh, but that was a woman asking. It's like, no, this is a general question for everybody. How do you create a safe space? Well, you have to first provide a safe space, right? Especially when it comes to having a partner. And in the context, if we're talking about male versus female, you're talking about the fact that African-American men, we haven't exactly had safe spaces on a regular, on a basis. So when you don't know what that looks like to provide a safe space because you've never been provided one, if you get a partner that's not providing a safe space, you're not going to be apt to say, oh, well, let me learn now how to provide a safe space. So with her being aware of a safe space, she was just stating that basically, hey, that you need a safe space, create a safe space and make sure that he feels like he's in a safe space. And then you guys can mutually learn together to have that mutual safe space.
And she said together at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, how did we go from 0 to 100?
Yeah, because I don't know. Because you know how that comment. So that takes us to the comment. So I get the scrolling and I found a brother that had spoke about, neurodivergent and dating. And it was interesting because amongst all the comments, nobody else had spoken to that effect. So with that being said, the brother, because you jumped right in, I didn't get a chance to say your name. I apologize. No, that's my fault. The brother Kevin Nelson is a gentleman who made the comment on, and I just said, yo, would you mind talking about what you're experiencing in the dating world? Because as a person who works in mental health, I never really thought about when you are diagnosed, somebody else kind of taking some type of understanding to what you may be dealing with in the neurodivergent world, like, because it's real to you. Yep. And some people take these things for granted where you're like, nah, I got to slow down to work through that. And so then now what would be that balance in a relationship?
And some might not be aware.
And some, so then that's what we brought you here for today, for awareness and then have some understanding. But before we get to that, let me at least give your bio so people know a little bit about you. A Shaw U alumni.
Oh, what?
The U from San Diego, California.
Yep.
And you lived in Raleigh for off and on for 14 years. And you are now also a designer, which you use the neurodivergence as a part of your designing and visuals.
Clothing or graphic design?
Graphic.
Everything. I do not just graphic, but also do like industrial design.
Oh,
yeah. So like I just literally, I like making anything. So if you tell me, hey, like, I want a new cup that I've never seen before, I'm gonna design you a new cup. I'll use some 3D sketches, all that type of stuff, and put it together to show you.
Because you recently did something for St. Aug, correct?
Yes. So recently I designed the video game lab at St. Augustine's University. And then I also project planned for the building of a maker space and a couple other spaces on the university campus. So my last job was a program manager of innovation. And so I basically had the responsibility of building things from scratch based off of just ideas given to me by faculty and staff.
Come on, black boy magic. Come on, girl. Where's the hand claps? Hand claps. Come on. Oh, come on.
I got you. Hold on. I'm going to do the long one this time. Hold on. Let me try the right one.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm here for this. That is Black excellence. Yes.
So what I will be doing is sharing your website as well, because you have your own business doing this, and there's information. So in case you also do work specifically for design for what, like, businesses as far as their logos, things like that, logo creation and all that.
Yeah,
other
so
stuff.
graphic design is like the commercial, because like that's something that's quick that people can get the resources for. But as far as like the bigger design, that's like where my passion truly lies. I just like making things from scratch.
Okay.
Well, we need to talk because my job needs a logo creator because the one we got now ain't hitting the mark. So let's talk off. Make sure you get paid.
Yeah.
We pay over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we make sure people get their chips. So then, before we get into a little bit more about you, and then also talking about the neurodivergent dating, we do this thing called the messy letter. And so the messy letter is basically what we've just started out with, talking about relationships and all that. So people write these letters, and they are 100% true, guys. Just for those people that be like, this ain't true. We done told y'all this stuff is true.
This is true.
So this is a messy letter, and we are going to go over the letter, and then you join in, and usually there's a question at the end. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it don't. We try to make sense of it whenever.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Today's messy letter. Here we go. All right.
All right. Title: His baby mama is back. Hang in there. Oh. I know we triggered you yesterday, girl.
I'm cool.
And it starts off: please hide my identity.
As always.
When I started dating my boyfriend, I found him with a 2-month-old baby. He told me that the baby mama is dead. I loved him and the child, and we raised her well. She's 1 year and 6 months. He left me the whole October, only to come back yesterday with the baby mama that he claimed was dead, and say they have fixed things and she wants the child back. They want to be a family again. I gave her the child, but the child didn't know her and kept crying. After loving him and his child, this is what I got: lost my child and the man I love. What should I do? Please help.
Oh.
Ta-da.
This is the worst Tyler Perry script.
Yeah, like
that part. And then
would I be wrong to ask you to read it again?
Not at all. Not at all. Okay.
Because what?
It says
She's dead.
She was dead.
She was dead.
Yes.
But she back alive.
But yeah. So it
we
says
in April, so
Yeah.
Easter,
She was buried in the pet cemetery.
resurrection.
When I started dating my boyfriend, I found him with a 2-month-old baby.
All right.
He told me that the baby mama is dead. I loved him and the child, and we raised her well. She's 1 year and 6 months.
Okay.
He left me the whole October, only to come back yesterday with the baby mama that he claimed was dead, and say they have fixed things and she wants the child back and they want to be a family again. I gave her the child, but the child didn't know her and kept on crying. After loving him with his child, this is what I got: lost my child and the man I love. What should I do? Please help.
Okay, I now understand. Was she locked up or something?
The mom.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
'Cause
like,
I
yo,
was-
she had that.
You better collect my ass the mom, bitch.
I don't know where she
I mean, but you're our guest, so we'll let you start first. What's your thoughts on the messy letter?
My thought is you threw me to the wolves with this question. I guess like if I'm being like cold, like facts about this is one of those situations where like it's love lost and it is what it is. Like, not to be like rude or dismissive, because at the same time, you're still going to have a period of grieving. Grieving is something that we all do when we go through something traumatic. So definitely grieve, but you have to grieve with the expectation that you're moving forward without the situation anymore. Like, this is not something to fight and go back to, or y'all could work it out. None of that. And I say that because of the fact that like his behavior is very manipulative. Like to say that, like, number one, you lied about the presence of the baby mama. You knew she was dead, or that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But no, that's not the case. Like the way you brought it to her was you knew, but you didn't like provide anything like, oh yeah, she passed on. No, you didn't do that. You just said she did. And then you tried to move on with this relationship and get this woman to raise your kid with knowing that the baby mama's alive, like
And
that
she'll
right
be
there,
out in October.
yeah, exactly. Like it sounds like she got out in September. They went on a vacation for October and then came back. It was like, okay, after we spent this little honeymoon together, we decided we want to work things out. So it's like, so the fact that he lied, first off, that's manipulation already. And like, who lies about death? Like that, you tripping mentally already.
Right.
And so then after that, then you have to look at it like, at the end of the day, you chose to take on a child that's not yours, and that child is not yours. Like it could go either way. Either that child could stay in your life forever, or it could be removed from you forever. But the fact is, the child is not yours.
Right.
And she also has no legal rights to the child, unless you just told me that she adopted this child and it's legally on paper her kid, but it's not. So it's like, honestly, unfortunately, this is one of those situations where you got to chuck it up to the weirdest game and move on.
Yeah. And the best thing is a clean cut, in my opinion, because there are so many emotional strings. There's a lot of strongholds on this one. A lot. Yeah. So she needs to get ready for some therapy.
Yes.
Go ahead and get you lined up.
Yes.
Because it's gonna hurt you for a long time.
Yes.
Yep.
And rightfully so. No, I don't think anyone is dismissing the fact that the hurt is going to be real, and we're not just saying get over it. This is gonna be a process. But what I think collectively we can all agree on is that you definitely need to have a cut here.
Yes.
There needs to be a line, and we need to just go ahead and push everything away. It's gonna hurt like hell, but this man is not who you thought he was. So you're not even in love with a true person in the first place.
Yeah, you're in love with the idea.
You're in love with an idea. Because
and the potential of what it could have been.
Yeah, because this dude lied. There's a whole nother life this man has. So what you love is not really there.
And let's be honest, even if the child didn't exist, this man left you for a whole month. You want to continue a relationship with someone that just ghosted you for a whole month, sis?
Right.
What?
And I need to know, did he ghost and leave the baby with you, or did he ghost and take the baby with him? Because then it's like, your kid disappeared for a month, your man disappeared for a month,
and then showed up with the mom like, "Hi,
we want to be a family.
We're home."
But she's saying that the baby cried when she gave her to the mom, which means that she ain't been around this kid, which means that she was left with this child for a month without this dude around.
Child.
So it's like he already doing deadbeat behavior in this, like not even his biological baby mama that he deadbeat left the kid with. So I'm like,
insane.
What type of wildness is this? My man is on another level. Like, this is alien-esque type levels of manipulation. Like, wow. So I'm gonna go with the baby's real mom. You hold the baby real tight. We gonna go do what we do and then come back. You're wilding, sir. This level is unheard. If you really think about it, it's unheard of. I'm gonna just go chill with her real mom. You watch her, so you're just a glorified babysitter right now.
And you spent a year and 4 months with this child. That is a long time. And this is one of the reasons why I say do not introduce your children to anyone, because then now you form this bond and this attachment. Now, luckily the child is under 5, so they're probably not gonna remember you. But the fact that, like you said, it's going to hurt, it's going to be a grieving process.
She's going to be she's going to be hurt.
And that sucks, because you've seen that as your child. You took it on as your child, because it's like, oh, well, he was only left with a 2-month-old baby, and that has to suck. But like you said, let's cut our ties now. Let's cut it, because that is insane. You left me for a whole month. You lied to me. Then you got the nerve to come back, take my damn baby, and say, well, the baby mama's back. Thanks. Bitch, fuck you and the kid.
I hope she don't get locked up again.
Oh.
Yeah, and if he come back after she get locked up or whatever happened, she gotta be. Like, okay, like tell me, okay.
She was dead when I met you, and all of a sudden
you gotta be.
And like real talk, like why wouldn't he be salty that she left him? Yeah, because
he's not mad. Yeah, he's not mad
about
That's why I had to say, like, she was locked up, because there's no way everybody's like, oh, it's cool. Yeah.
Let's be a family.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you pack your shit? Because she needs that room.
I'm gonna say this though, like if he also one of them soft sentimental types though, like where he was holding out hope, like she left me, but she gonna come back.
She's gonna come back. Right.
You don't need a man with a spine that weak anyway.
Yeah, nah.
She needed somewhere for her probation.
Yeah.
Right. You were probably very loving and soft, and that's what he needed.
You need that landline, because you can't. Yeah, so she came home and he's like, I need you to go. The key is, whose house is it? Because somebody, you got to go. So that means you got to leave the house and all that stuff. You got to go.
Statistically speaking, that's probably her house.
Yeah. Because he said that. She said that he came back and then I gave her the child, and this is what I got. I lost the child and the man that I love. So it doesn't say anything about like he kicked me out. It's more so like we probably were together and now he's leaving with her.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, we got comments.
Okay, so where do I start?
Go
here.
What?
Here?
Yeah. Were they married? No.
Nah, we don't know.
No, ain't nothing you can do, man. No, just leave. Dead man walk.
So I was figuring. I thought O was gonna go to that level first because O was quiet. And we know O's wits the shit.
She probably went past that already.
That bitch would have got a stake through her fucking forehead. Cause bitch, why is you walking around? Somebody that told me this bitch is dead. What the
She
fuck?
said she went straight to this. A vampire right here. I gotta take care of this.
We're not doing this, bitch.
To the head, though.
Right in the middle. You gonna
Who's
catch
this?
your third eye right there.
What's that?
I would have
Okay.
become the legal guardian in the beginning. They set everything up in that month.
Yeah, they had a whole plan.
Yeah.
They had a whole plan.
Yeah.
You're on probation. You need somewhere to go, right? Go
Yeah.
to my
And then-
auntie address. All right, we're gonna
Exactly.
stay there for
Yeah.
a little bit. We're gonna stack up.
Right.
Okay, you cannot fuck up while you on your probation.
Wait. Maybe she was the ride or die shorty and she got locked up for whatever he was doing,
That's
right?
true, too.
And he was like, okay, cool. Like, dang. So I need to find someone to take care of her until my ride or die get out.
That's true.
Yeah.
She could have did that. So that's why he come back like we together now because he already know.
Yeah.
We's married.
Some way, somehow, jail was involved with this. Because for people to just disappear and then reappear, jail somewhere,
Maybe
hideaway, something.
I mean,
Be honest. Like if you was like, yo, she's locked up. Like you see, there's a whole show called Love After Lockup or whatever it's called. Girl, that is so ratchet.
Love it.
There's a whole show based around this. So be honest. Yo, the baby mama's locked up. That's my ride or die. But I'm just looking for something right now. I guarantee you there's a chick out here who would be like, all right, bet. But like you can't. Don't lie to me and say this woman's dead because first of all,
The dead part is crazy because I got to process the fact that this person walked through my
standing
door
in
like
front of me.
Jesus after you just said they're gone.
and we're gonna be together, and you're gonna take the kid.
That part.
Yeah, like what? Like
And going to mental health facilities as well as rehab is also nothing to be ashamed of.
yeah, you're gonna have to take some time away.
Yeah.
Yeah, take some time away because this is the first part is you told me this person was dead. Like I got to get past that. Like all the other living, moving kid, you said they were dead. This person is not dead. That means there is a story that
You're not telling me.
you're not telling me what happened. Like that's the starting point. Then we'll get to the other shit. Why is the dead person in my house?
And then she's going to have, like you said, you're going to go to therapy. You're going to have to go to therapy because you might not get any answers to your questions.
Nah.
And you're going to have to live with that, unfortunately, because I know your mind probably going to be like, yo, you're going to sit here and think, what did I miss?
Oh, so
all these
you
things.
wasn't dead. You
Right.
about to be.
Right.
Honestly though, whether it was a messed up situation or not, therapy is always great, even when you're healthy.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
can help you navigate
Yeah.
so many things going on, the
Yeah.
good, the bad. Sometimes you don't even know something's going on in your life until you talk about it in therapy. And that's literally like how, like, just to like kind of jump over to like the neurodivergence, that's literally how I found out about me having autism. Like I walked out, I was talking to my therapist about all the things I had going on. And then I was just like, hey, yo, listen to this, man. I'm laughing with my therapist. I'm like, so the homie was like, you ever thought about getting checked for autism? And I'm like, man, me autistic. And then my therapist was just like, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Oh,
I was like, wait, what? He was just like, yeah, I want to do an evaluation on you because there's some things I need to check. And I was just like, oh. And so when we got done, he was just like, so like, here's neurotypical. Here's you, my boy. I was like,
wow.
Oh, he's like, yeah, remember that situation you explained? And in that other situation, and in that other situation, and the other one? Yeah, all that. I was like, oh.
And how old were you?
Literally, this was last summer. I was
today.
Yep. So I was 30 at the time, and just before my 31st birthday, I was like, okay, cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But I'm finding out, you know, like it's apparently now at this point normal for people, especially people of color, to find out in their 30s that they're neurodivergent. So I was just like, oh, cool. So I'm amongst the norm. But I mean, I was told, like, you know, not to use it as a crutch. For me, it wasn't a crutch at all. Like telling me, like, literally all the bricks on my back like slid off, and I just stood up straight, and I'm just like, so you mean there's a cure for all this dumb shit I've been doing? He was like, yeah, bro. I was like, oh shit. My bad, I don't mean to curse.
No, you're fine.
But I was just like, okay, cool. So what do we do? He was just like, well, okay, cool. I thought you would be upset about this. I was like, no, man, you mean I could actually get help? I've been here to get help, trying to figure out what I need help with. That's why I came to you. I don't even know why I'm here. I just came because I was like, something going on. Let me talk to somebody about it. And then we started talking, and then we found out what it is. So like, I was so happy. I was just like, word. And he started showing me all these books and all this other type of stuff. And I'm just like, sweet.
So when it connected the dots, like, or how did it connect the dots? Did you start immediately going back playing tapes? Like, oh, now this makes sense.
But
now.
wait. Before we go there,
I'm sorry.
Can you explain for those who might not understand what neurodivergence is?
Gotcha. So neurodivergence is basically like people that have brain functions that are a little bit different from, or a lot different from, what people would call neurotypical. So like anybody that doesn't really have any like mental health challenges would be considered neurotypical. Whereas anybody that has anything like ADHD, ADD, OCD, PTSD, those are forms of neurodivergence because it's fundamentally changed the way your brain functions.
Okay.
And like what makes that a big thing is for the simple fact that Black folks, we've been through a lot of trauma.
A lot
of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So our brains do not function the way someone would just be like, get up and go about something. Like there's a lot of things that we still haven't unpacked.
Mm-hmm.
And so like being neurodivergent is a term they use because of the fact that it's a spectrum of so many different things going on inside your head. And for so many different reasons, whether it's a chemical imbalance, whether it's a experience thing, like everybody has their own different physiological, like build of their brain. And so this is just a way of categorizing in a broad spectrum so that you know that there's a community for you, and it's not just, oh, you just that dude with ADHD, or you just a nigga with OCD. Oh no, the neurodivergent community.
Okay.
Got you. So then in when you're talking, when we came about, because you were saying like dating for you realized that dating is difficult because some people don't understand.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you go through in the dating world where you're like, I need y'all to get a little bit more understanding on this?
So one big thing, like the funniest thing is I don't read social cues.
Okay.
So literally you have to directly tell me exactly what you want, what you need, all those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
So what that looks like is like I could be sitting with a shorty and we could be talking for like 30, 40 minutes. And I'm just like, oh, cool. We're just talking about something that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she gets up and she leaves. And then all my friends around me are like, you get that number? Wait, what? Why was I supposed to get her number?
Got you.
She was feeling you, bro. She was? Yeah. She was giving you the signs. Like
I told you.
There were signs. Yeah,
God.
bro. Literally everybody sitting here watching y'all. The whole chemistry thing going on between y'all was just so fluid. Like you didn't see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Oh my God.
there was chemistry. There was some flow. What do you mean? They're like, bro, what you gonna do now? I'm like, man, I guess I gotta go find her. And then I can't find Shorty because she just gone or something like that. Or she
Don't worry
already got
about
a new
it.
boo.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Are you
It's
thinking
you.
what I think you're thinking
That's
of?
me. I feel like he was such a nice guy. It's like he was hitting on you.
Oh yeah, like there was like a little post that was on Facebook just recently my friend had shared where it was like this guy was saying I might be the slowest man in the world and this is why I don't get women. And it was talking about how a woman walked up to him and was like, oh no, he walked up to a woman and asked her for directions to a store. She was just like, oh, I could just take you there. And he was just like, oh, I get you, but I don't want to take you away from whatever you're doing. So I'll just go ahead and figure it out on my own or whatever. She was just like, no, I got time, I'll take you. And he was just like, no, it's cool. Look, I really, really respect what you're doing. And the store is about to close. And after you showed me the directions, it's a little ways away. So I don't think that you should backtrack. Oh, no, I got time. I want to come with you. Lady walks off after he's like, nah, I'm good. These old ladies stopped and were just like, so she was feeling you the whole time and you didn't say nothing. He was like, wait, what? She was trying to stop everything she was doing to take care of you and show you what you needed. Like that was a clear sign. And apparently he was just like, man, and couldn't find a woman. So it's just like that's a normal thing that I experience as well, where I'm like, I didn't know the whole situation. And it doesn't even just dating. It's like a lot of situations. Like if you don't tell me literally what you want, I don't know. Like another example was I was in college and I had a whole shorty like asked me to like take her to like her hotel room because we were out partying and drinking and stuff like that. And like took me upstairs. I walked her to her room because she's like, "Oh, you're such a gentleman." She starts getting undressed in front of me. I put a blanket in front of her because I was just like, "Oh, I mean, you're probably drunk. You're just, because she didn't say nothing. She didn't say, 'Oh, yo, I'm feeling you.' She didn't flirt with me not once the entire time. It was just like she saw me at the end of the night and would ask me to walk her to a hotel room. She's my sorority sister, so I knew who she was, but we didn't talk to each other. So we get up there and literally up until we literally got in bed because she was just like, 'Can you stay with me for the night? Because like I just want to feel comfortable.' I was like, I mean, I got you. And I slept on the other side of the bed. She climbed on the other side. She scooted over and then like literally was in my lap. Like the thing was in my lap. And I was just like, I want this girl bad, yo. Like she is so fine. But she didn't say nothing about me like shooting my shot. So I'm not gonna sit there and do that because she probably drunk and don't even know. So I was just like, nah, so I pushed her back and then she scooted back again. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. So I pushed her one more time and then she pushed back again. I fell out the bed. I was just like, wow.
Well, in this day and age, I do believe that someone needs to say exactly what they want. Because on the flip side, yes, she could have been, "Oh, well, I was giving you hints," but say if you were to act on it and she feels some sort of way or feels jaded, she could easily be like, "Well, he raped me," or whatever have you. So there needs to be consent. So I don't blame you for that.
She came to me the following morning, was just like, "You missed your golden opportunity." I said, "I missed the what?"
Say something.
She was just like, "I was throwing it at you and like you didn't even catch it." I was just like,
damn, she came at you like she was sunshine.
Well, like, okay, so I'm in a military fraternity, so I deal with a lot of military women in the sister sorority. So like these women are aggressive about what they want. But for me, I'm a literal person. So you have to literally tell me exactly what you want. And so if I don't get told literally what's going on, I do not understand what's going on at all. So like it comes off as me just being oblivious, and then people treat it as like I'm just not paying attention or I just don't care. And it's like, that's not the case. And then like another situation, I have a really bad habit with time blindness as well as special interest in my OCD when I focus on those special interests. And so what that looks like is like I could be sitting at home building a model and I could be thinking about the shorty that I'm dating. Like the whole time I'm like, man, she is so great. She's a sweet woman. I'm just thinking all these wonderful thoughts. I ain't called her or texted her not once. I'm just thinking about her while building my model. And then she called me. I ain't heard from you all day. Oh, well, my bad. So you just don't care about me? No, I was thinking about you. So you thought about me and then you didn't call me? Yeah, actually. Oh. So you don't care because why didn't you just reach out to me and talk to me? Well, I mean, I was in the middle of my model and like, it was really intriguing to build this model because it was a replica of like Notre Dame. And so I just thought like, I really wanted to finish this model, but you could have texted me or something. I could have, you're right. And I apologize because I didn't think about texting you, but I was thinking about you all day. I thought about how great you were, how when I got done, I wanted to see you or I'll come over. And the thing is, when I'm present with a woman, I'm extremely present. Like I put my phone face down across the room. I'm like, you want a foot massage? You want a back massage? You want me to make you something? I'm not a great cook, but I could definitely like, do whatever I can to go pick it up or whatever the case may be. But the fact is like when I say like I am a servant, when I'm present, I do it because I know that when I'm not around you, the chances are I'm probably not going to talk to you. And it's not that I don't like you. It's just I do not think about people like that. And the thing is, it's called what is it? Trying to remember the term for it, but basically like because my senses they run on overdrive at all times. I only think about the things that are immediately around me.
It's not hypervigilance, is it?
No, hypervigilance is something else. I'm trying to remember. Vigilance is more like an action or things like that, but it's a hypersensory, so to speak. So it's just like I'm aware of every little thing. So if a pin drops in the rooms, I know a pin drops. Like if I see like you guys shift just a little bit in your chair, I notice that you shifted in your chair. Like I notice every little thing about the immediate space I'm in, right on down to the texture of the clothing on my body. Like I can feel when a drop of sweat like hits some part of my body and it's so intense that it feels like all I can think about is that drop of sweat on my body. Like so every thought I have is extremely intense. And so because my brain is too busy analyzing all of these thoughts at once, like everybody's brain analyzes like millions of thoughts at once. But when you have certain neurodivergence like mine, I'm aware of all of those different thoughts being ran through my head. I don't have a subconscious background thing where it's running back there and I know what's going on. I know every little thing. I'm dual processing 7 different things at once. And because that's so intense, it makes anything outside of the proximity it's something permanent. That's the term for it. But for anybody that plays video games, it's like being in a virtual space where only what's in the space that's rendered is what exists. Everything outside of that does not matter. It doesn't exist. And it doesn't mean that I don't miss people. Like I can go days, weeks without talking to you. Like I can go a month without talking to you. But the feeling that I have for you.
So who diagnosed you, bro? Because this is her. And what I tell my sister, because working in the mental health space, I have always told her the trainings that we have and everything that we learn, we're all on the spectrum somewhere. It's just how intense are you and how high are you inside of that spectrum? But we're all there. So when people get mad, when I'm like, it's cool, what? Because we're all on the spectrum. I'm not on the spectrum. You are.
Yeah,
it's just where you are on the spectrum. So I joke with her all the time, like, you're on the spectrum. She's like, don't say that. You are. You are. Because she has those senses to where if we're focusing on this right now, don't bother her about anything else.
Yeah, nothing else
matters.
And let me guess, like, even when you like don't talk to these people, you still have the same exact feeling you had for the last time you talked to them. Like they still cool by you. Like you can still remember the last conversation you had with them. You'll pick it up as if it was like that was yesterday, but it was a month ago.
Girl, remember when?
But they mad at you because they like, so you just neglected me and just gonna pop back up.
And I can't stand that. Please, don't do that. Don't do that. And then on top of that, like because of my job, it demands so much from me. It takes me a long time to get back to want to be, social because I'm constantly having to pour and talk and do and entertain. And I'm like, look, give me a moment.
So we had another comment. Jay said, right now, do you get tested for this? Because you are describing me to a T. So then you went to therapy and you're saying, okay, something's going on.
Yep.
How did they come down to the specific diagnosis?
Well, so with my therapist, he was looking at like certain behavior traits that I have.
Okay.
And so one of the things is like when I get really nervous about talking about something, I go like this with my nails and I have to do this. And if I don't, it like it throws it all off. So like right now I'm comfortable. So it's like, I don't have to worry about it. But when I was like overseas in Korea, I had to remember to speak slowly with everybody because of the fact that I was the English teacher and a lot of people were still learning. And as a Californian, we have the fastest speech out of like everybody in America. So it was just like, while I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, okay. And I was, hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Kevin, and today we're going to be learning about verbs and subjects. And so because I was doing this, it was my brain was able to focus on this and slow everything else down. And I was just, okay, I got you. And so it was like things like that. And then like, not to get dark, but like when we got on like certain topics and things like that during therapy, like that were really painful, he saw me hurting myself. And so that was another sign. He was just like, yeah. So like little things like that is what he picked up on and decided to like, check me out. Now I'll say like anybody that wants to get checked, you don't need to wait to go to therapy. I'll say that it's best to have there's a not self-diagnosis, but a spectrum test you can take that's available to the public. Anybody can look it up online, but it's best to try to do it with a mental health professional because you may find yourself like being a little like, oh yeah, no, I got that. It's like, is that really what's going on? Or are you more so just kind of like checking those boxes?
Right.
So it helps to have somebody sit with you while you take it so that they can like really evaluate and ask you the questions subjectively as opposed to you like internalizing every question and like, yeah. Nah.
The WebMD effect.
Yeah, exactly. So and I mean, again, there are a lot of black folks that are neurodivergent and they got to get it checked.
What?
Don't avoid therapy.
Don't
avoid therapy. Please go.
It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Go.
It's the hardest, but it's the best thing that you'll ever do for yourself.
Yeah, man. It's like if you ever like gone to the gym and like lifted weights or anything like that, it's that last weight that you lift and it hurts like hell as you're lifting it. Or then as soon as you drop it, there's a shudder that flows to your whole body of the weight being let off you. And you're just like, ooh. But seconds later, you like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
feel a little loose.
Yeah, like, I got that. And then the next time you hit the gym again, now it's like, oh, you doing it. But then it's more painful. But the thing is, that same pain that you're feeling now is not exactly the same pain.
Right.
It feels like it, but you're actually tackling something heavier that you haven't dealt with. Had you dealt with it before you were able to lift that prior weight from starting therapy, that probably would have been the thing that broke you. Like when I started having issues, I lost my job in December. And when I lost my job, like for me, first off, I got my dream job working at St. Aug, being a project manager. Like I was in heaven. All I ever wanted to do my entire life was exactly what I was doing. And I lost the one thing that made me happy. And when I lost it, I cried like crazy. But because I had a therapist to talk to about this, I didn't blow up on my family about it. And I'm not a violent person, but I am a very emotionally sensitive person. So it's just like in my family, they're still learning to deal with me on the emotional level and things like that, because I've been gone for, like I said, almost a decade. So like they're still learning the man that I am and not the boy that I was when I left. And so with that, sometimes they say things that are triggering, but the whole time that was happening and they were saying those triggering things, I was able to be like, you know what? That's actually a trigger, and I'm not going to let it trigger me because I know that it's a trigger.
Right.
And when I do feel like this, I'm just going to write it down and bring it to my therapist. And we'd have that conversation. Hey, yo, bro, is it okay if I shout for a second? Do you, little homie? Okay, word. Cause like this is just blowing me right now. Okay, cool. But now that you're done, feeling blown, let's talk about that. Like, why do you feel like that? And that felt good because like he wasn't there to tell me, yo, you need to feel like this or you need to be like that. He was just like, yo, let it out. And then as we're talking, the one thing I always like tell people about therapy is people think that you go to the therapist so they can give you the solution. That's not what they're there for. The solution is in you. You just need to have it pulled out of you sometimes. And so they're there to help like pick apart this stuff and like, hey, look what you got left. The solution, bro. I didn't even. Yeah, it's right there. And it's like, oh, word. This was dope. And
so how has that helped? Like not helped, but how has that given you some tools in the dating game with people? Oh, I'm sorry. With people who may not be as privy. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of ignorant people to this.
Oh,
and so have people been willing to sit down and have this conversation, or nah? Is it something where it's just like?
Actually, the crazy part is, since being able to talk about it and tell exactly what it is, I ain't gonna say like I get more play or anything like that, because it's not like that. It's I get more empathy from these women when I'm talking to them. They're like, okay. The one thing that I will say, and I forgot to say this earlier, finding out that you're neurodivergent is not an excuse to treat people badly. Like just because you find out that you have PTSD, ADHD, OCD, that doesn't give you a right to hurt somebody. It gives you the right to explain yourself and then find a solution that works for the situation. And so I say that to say, like with dating, me being able to tell them, hey, I'm neurodivergent. Like I had a partner that I was dating and we're cool, like we're not together anymore, but like we're still good friends because the fact that we were able to have a conversation that said, you know what, then we're going to start doing regular check-ins. And I was like check-in. She was like, well, I was reading a book about like how to be patient with people and things like that. And if neurodivergence means patience, then maybe we need to just do check-ins, just like even when things are good or bad, just like ask, how are you doing? Is there anything that's triggering you? Is there anything that like makes you uncomfortable? And so then when we're in public spaces and I would get like real uncomfortable, it wasn't like yo, nigga, why you acting like that? Like it was silently, she would just grab my hand, just rub the back of my hand, be like, hey, be present. It's okay. And I'll be like, yo, thank you. Like I really needed that. Like I don't feel like I'm bugging and no one understands. You knew what was going on. You didn't make a scene about what's going on and you quietly comforted me, and that's all I needed. And so like that, it's allowed me to be a lot more open about my shortcomings. Like I was when I was overseas in Korea, like I was at a club, and when you in a homogenous country, you don't see too many people that look like us. So like I saw a group of sisters. I was just like, black people in this shit? What? So I was just like, you're in a club, you buy people drinks. So I bought all these girls shots and just sent them over to their table. And then one came over, was just like, so you didn't want to come over and like introduce yourself or kick with us? I was just like, No, I'm incredibly nervous right now, and I just was happy to see black people, so I just wanted to say.
She was just like, see black people.
Yeah, she was just like, well, what's going on? Why are you nervous? Like, there's nothing to be nervous about. I was just like, well, like I have my anxiety gets really high when I'm in new places and I'm around people and things like that. So it's just like, and again, anxiety is another one of those symptoms as part of the neurodivergent spectrum and things like that. And so with being able to say that, she was just like, okay, cool. Well, if you don't mind, I'm probably gonna come back over here and just check on you, just see if you're straight. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But then the whole crew periodically came over, and I'm like at different times, they were just like, hey, yo, so my homegirl told me that you were just a little anxious. Just want to let you know this is my name. And if you want to come over and join us, you're more than welcome. I'm like, okay, cool. Then the next woman. So each one introduced themselves individually on some different occasions. Two of them had to use the restroom, but because they were walking by me, they were just like, hey, we just wanted to say hello. And I was just like, cool. So the last one came over, and I was just like, do you mind if I join you guys? We've been waiting for you to join us all night. It's cool. Aww. Came over and made new friends. Like they were like, yo, come to the theme park with us tomorrow. Come out and eat with us. I was just like, yo, I found friends. And I was just so happy. Like I wasn't trying to shoot my shot. I wasn't trying to flirt or nothing like that. Like I literally was just anxious. And they turned my anxiety into a conversation starter that turned it into a new friendship. So now to my sisters in England, like I'm going to be over there to see y'all as soon as I hop across this pond, yo. Thank you for the love.
Right.
And that's what's oh, was this another comment?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. What type of therapist do you have?
So surprisingly, right? My therapist is like the white dude you see with the shaggly beard and the thick glasses that looks like he has like 4 cats. Exactly. But like he's cool as crap. Like I'm talking dope. Like I do video therapy with him. And like we just talk about everything. And the thing is, sometimes I also have to teach him some things because as far as like he'll even ask like, hey, look, as I'm not African-American, can you help me with this experience that you're having and walk me through it? And I'll use some traditional methods I know where we could meet in the middle. So it was really cool. I definitely recommend finding a black therapist though. Like definitely like, so you don't have to do the explanation part because that did suck that like I had to spend like 5-10 minutes of paid time, brother. I'm paying you and I got to explain to you about being black. So that was like a little like, but I got lucky because he was able to understand. And it also came from the fact that like he specialized in men's mental health. So a lot of the stuff that we go through, especially as men, is something that is general to men. We have general experiences. So a lot of my experiences weren't necessarily specifically about being black, but they were specifically about me being a man in this society. And so that's what made it easier for us to connect. And then I just had to fill in the blanks on the black part.
And with that story, I think we need to really focus in on the sisters was able to have empathy, make you feel comfortable. In a society right now where all we pump is stories of not looking out for one another. It's something that is important that once it's communicated and expressed that, yo, this is how I'm feeling. Nobody shitted on anybody like, so
this nigga's nervous.
Like
exactly.
So, when we're mature about situations, we can actually communicate through them. I hate what I see with the dialogue that, we can't express ourselves of who we are and be in that space and, take it or leave it on the response. But the response was very welcoming.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So let's, celebrate that. People.
Give them a round of applause.
That part.
You love that round of applause.
I do.
Let's give a round of applause to those sisters.
Nah, but also, shout out to American sisters. Like y'all be holding it down too. Like I know there's a lot of discourse right now between men and women about like relationships and behavior and things like that. And like as far as that, like not to get on the man versus woman topic, I think men, we definitely need to get mental health checks and we need to talk to somebody. And not because like we're weaker than women or anything like that, but women historically have always provided spaces amongst themselves for things about like communication, emotion, like, and all that type of stuff is shared through proper communication. And communication is something that sisters has mastered. Like I like no lie. Like it's partly why like you sometimes feel manipulated by sisters because they know how to use their mouth. They know what they're saying. And so you got to make sure that like you get yourself checked so you know what you're saying when you're talking. Because I found that like there are a lot of sisters that are patient, but they're patient to a fault. And then that's where the difference comes in is for like with me finding out about my neurodivergence, I found that where women were patient with me, where that fault line stood, that was at the point where I was unaware of myself. And that's why they fell off. So it's
Boy,
like,
preaching.
I can't demonize them and be like, oh yeah, you left me when I needed you. Nah, you left me when I needed to now do the work at that point for myself.
Is
like,
this thing on? I'm just saying, say it louder for the X, honey.
so
Say
like one thing that like with my neurodivergence,
my mic sounds nice.
That's right.
I used to in arguments, I would like, hey, I'm about to go for a walk, and I would walk out on the argument. Like, there's nothing you could stop me from doing from walking out of this argument. But what I learned was I was overstimulated, and it was all overwhelming to the point where like my heart was racing. Like, my family, like my brothers are stoic, so it's just like I definitely had to learn to like hide that I'm freaking out like this. So it's like they're not seeing that, like they're not seeing that. They're just seeing me like, I'm gonna step outside. I'm screaming behind my eyes. I'm like, I'm losing my shit right now because I'm not again, I'm not a violent person or nothing like that, but all my emotions are hitting me at once because I'm thinking about everything you said. I'm thinking about everything that I've done. Like, all these things are being processed at once, and it's too overwhelming. But what I had learned was, instead of just walking out, I had to learn to say, hey, I need to take time real quick to unpack the feelings as well as the information that's been given to me. We can come back and discuss this in about, hey, like give me like 2 hours, 45 minutes, like we'll talk about this. The thing I never did was I never gave them a time frame. I never said what I was doing. I just said, I'm walking out. I'm out. And so like that in itself, I had a partner that was also neurodivergent, and like she was triggered because like she has abandonment issues. So she was just like, you walking out on me is the same way my parents walked out on me. And it's like, I could see how that made you feel some type of way because I did something that I wasn't thinking about, but I wasn't thinking about it because I was trying to be mean to you. I was overwhelmed and try to think about preserving myself.
So how important is it right now, people, to really get your diagnosis, because you may be dealing with something that offsets and it's really not intentional. It's based upon where we're at, like in our mental space of this moment. This triggers this, this triggers this. Now we're arguing at each other, or we walk out, and now a whole nother set of feelings come in that really is not specific to you. It's specific to what I came to the table with that I'd never dealt with.
And then now you have to deal with the situation that's now been created by not being aware. So now I have to deal with, I triggered her abandonment issue. So now we got to talk about that situation with me walking out on her. And it's like, yeah. So now it's like, now on top of, we still have to we still had a whole argument. We still had a whole thing we still got to deal with. But now I just threw something on top of the pie that we have to deal with. And then she threw something on top of the pie because now she yelling or breaking things in the house. And it's like, so it's a domino effect, and it has to start, like, everybody has to take accountability at the end of the day. And for me, because I'm a biblical man, I believe that men are leaders. And this is not to say women can't be leaders. It's just to say that from my perspective, I have to take ownership of my behavior because I am a leader and I want to be a leader in my home. So that's why I say, brothers, get checked. Like, please, 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 please. Even if you think everything is cool, just find out where you at in the spectrum. Like, find out, like, what are your triggers?
Tomorrow at noon.
And it is.
Because to co-sign what you're saying, what we're working on now is closing the loops, because like you said, our mind works in a way where if we don't, it kind of like the old school disk that you used to put in the computer to save
the floppy disk.
Floppy disk.
Yes,
So when the floppy disk would spin and try to find out where it could settle the data that you want to save, well, our mind works the same way. So when you can't sleep or you're stressing about something, the mind is running trying to find out where it can save, where can I catalog this. And so with us in trauma, especially Black people, because I do have a Black therapist, we never settle the trauma. So our mind is in a constant loop of where do I settle this? Where do I settle this? Where do I settle this? And so it stays in the forefront. So then the moment that somebody does something to trigger because you've never settled it, now you're pissed off at this person, not because of them, but because of the stuff that you never settled. Yeah. So like, I'm literally working on that now, where I have to journal. Here's a loop. I never settled this. I got to figure out how I'm going to settle this. Here's another loop. Like, because it comes through dreams, it comes through just prayers, thoughts, journaling, and all that stuff. And you're like, I didn't know this was even a damn problem. And then now it's like, okay, now I got to figure out how to solve this one. And we have them, like we all have them. But like you said, it's not okay to basically regurgitate that in somebody else's lap. We got to know how to have tools to handle it so that it's not somebody else's responsibility.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as far as like black boys, like I came from a single parent household, and so like something that like I think is really important is also understanding that you're going to be hurt by your parents, whether you got two parents or one parent.
Yes.
And those hurts, if they're not addressed, they can manifest as other things as adults. So like with us having like the period of time, because like it's changed now statistically, like shout out to millennial black men. We have so far shown that like we are 3 times more likely to be fathers and be active in our child's life than any generation in history. So we definitely are changing the stigma as far as like fatherhood. But coming from the fact that millennial men, we did have a period where we didn't really have parents in the household with like brothers. Y'all got to go talk to somebody because of the fact that you were respectful enough that like you didn't pop off at your mom when she said some things or did some things that didn't exactly sit well with you as a kid. But the problem is that respect sometimes ends at your mom.
Right.
So when your shorty does it, you're not being as respectful. When a random
She
woman
gonna feel
does
me,
it,
son.
yeah. When a random woman does it, you're not as respectful.
Yeah.
When your auntie, your grandma, so it's like we have to sit there and say like, hey, you know, I need to talk to somebody about even whatever the little thing might have been, because it might have been something I never got to have that closure about. Because like our moms did a lot to take care of us. Like they made mistakes because they're human beings, but like those mistakes still had consequences, and those consequences have to be dealt with by you because like you are the kid that was raised in that household. And so when you try to ignore it or try to say, oh, you know, I'm just going to rationalize it. Like there's no rationalizing negative behavior, even if it's from someone who meant well by you. And so if you don't make peace with that, you're always going to be struggling with that because it's always going to be a conversation about, but they, you don't have to make excuses for them. You don't have to demonize them either, but you don't have to make excuses for them. And so like,
my brother, what age range is your dating pool? Because you coming in real aware. You know what I mean? Is that because when you're talking when you're aware as you are, that is like in my mind, I'm thinking you said you just turned 31. Yeah. So anything 20 ain't aware like this. Like,
yeah. So like that my dating range used to be, and it still is like, it literally depends on like the maturity of the person. But it's like I do 5 years younger and then about 10 to 11 years older.
Okay.
And like, the problem with like dating older is just the fact that like apparently I'd be looking too young for these women, so they'd be like, "You look like you in your 20s." I'm like, "Shorty, I'm a whole 30." But they like, yeah, not shit. But like also just off of like, again, because of like the way I am as far as my neurodivergence, I for fun, like as a child, like I didn't have a lot of friends like that. I read the encyclopedia. I literally just study the encyclopedia day in and day out. So it's like I was studying like, and it wasn't like, and it was a digital encyclopedia at that. So it wasn't like it was just
the
a
same
book.
thing. Hey man,
Like,
yo, you getting the call tonight, bruh?
So like I'm talking about like I'm looking at like
you won't let that man live.
No.
Also, this is a repetitive thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like with my boy, he said like, man, I didn't have a lot of friends. 2, I read the encyclopedia all the time. And he's another one that he's on it.
We love information,
Yeah,
like especially
man.
like people with autism, they have a thing for certain information, but like for me, like I love general information about everything, but I also specifically, because of the fact that like I was hyper aware, I knew I was different. Like so I thought if I study humanity, I can learn how to be just like normal people.
Oh,
and so another thing that my therapist had pointed out also was the fact that, so my major in college was mass communications. So, so that meant that like,
I'm sorry.
So did you took speech classes and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So basically I put myself through 4 years of speech therapy. So when people are like, I didn't know you were autistic. Well, yeah, of course you wouldn't, because I literally took 4 years to learn how to communicate. Right. So you can't even tell. So like, so for me, like I studied sociology for fun. And then I took communication classes because like I studied engineering first. But I found that like people made jokes about the fact that like, you ever notice the engineers can't really talk to people? Like I was just like,
yeah, they can't.
Yeah, the mathematicians, the engineers, like people that are like deep in those education fields, like they don't have really good social skills.
Yeah, they can only talk to other engineers.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, so you mean I'm destined to literally just be alone because I already can't talk to people, and now you're telling me I'm getting into a field where I don't talk to people? I was like, bro, this can't be my life. So I was like, okay, I got to do something else. I was like, okay, I'm gonna study communications because this is gonna give me the tools to talk to people. I'm still gonna do my thing and learn engineering and stuff like that and do design. But now I know how to tell people about my design, and I like that. And so with me, I was just like, okay, cool. So studying sociology and all that type of stuff, again, as a kid, before I even got to college, I was someone that was in spaces where like I'm having conversation with people that are 10, 15 years older than me. And they're like, man, you talking like you one of our equals and teaching us something.
Right.
Like I'm not proud of it, but like I was 19 years old and my girlfriend was 27 years old. And she didn't. And the thing is, because
what's going on, girl?
wait, no, but I can't even knock her because the thing about it was like me and her were conversing all the time. And we never talked about age. We were always talking about different topics. We were talking about life in general and things like that. And so then we said, like, she was just like, I never actually asked like how old are you? Because I like, birthdays. I want to remember your birthday or whatever.
Came in on the back end.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah. So my birthday October 1st. She was like, oh, what year? I was just like 92. She was like, what? I was like, wait, why is that a thing? She was just like, I feel like a cradle robber. I was like, whoa, what you mean? How old is you? Because now I'm looking at you and I'm like, black don't crack. So I'm just like, girl, I wasn't even thinking about it like that. And she tells me she's 27. I was like, oh, wait. I was like, wait. So them little girls that you had with you when I met you when we were at that festival in Durham, like where those are my daughters. Oh, and because of the whole, like, she was aware, like, I'm not introducing my kids to people that I'm dating and stuff like that until, like, I'm seriously locked in and stuff like that. It was just like, okay, that made sense why you didn't, like ever, like, bring them around me. Because, all the girls I've dated, they got sisters. I mean, I met their sisters. That's smooth. Yeah. So I'm like, damn.
I'm like, well, it's been nice.
No. Like probably like a couple weeks later, she did hit me with the, well, it's been nice. Because just being honest, like, this ain't gonna be a thing. Because you like, I don't naturally go to clubs. So that's why it was another thing. Like, it didn't come up to like, hey, yo, you ain't coming to the 21 and up club with me. Because I don't like to go out anyway. Like, unless it's like a festival, like where I can be like in my own little space and not be like bothered by too many humans or something like that. Like it's an art festival in Durham. Because of the open space, I'm able to like walk around, and if I get overwhelmed, there's usually a park somewhere in this city where I can go sit down and just be like away from people and get myself together. So for me, because a lot of things about like my younger age didn't come up because I was never in spaces where my age mattered to them, it was never a discussed thing. So like ended up just being like that.
So now, would you being where you're at now, and then like for younger you or kids that or you might be able to identify, how would you suggest a parent go about kind of getting them diagnosed so that they can learn early about what's going on?
I'll first tell them, stop listening to Dr. Umar telling y'all that like this stuff is all made up. Like he's a smart man. Like, don't get me wrong. And yes, you're right. The fathers of psychology are evil racist men from Europe. We know this. But the fact is, we've done enough work in the field of psychology that we've learned that there are physiological changes in your brain structure. And so this is not something to sit there and like sweep under the rug or ignore. We have to talk about this. So it's like even if your kid's not necessarily showing like major signs or anything like that, like if they, like for me, I told my mom I felt different. But she was just like, oh, kids are different, so it's all good. I'm like, no, this is a different kind of different. Like, I don't know what this is. So the biggest thing I'll say is like, listen to your kids. If your kids are telling you that there's something going on, like, believe them. Like it doesn't hurt for them to get checked out and find out that there's nothing going on. But the fact is, we've made strides where we're not using and basing all of like the spectrum off of like little white boys from the 80s, 90s, and 70s and stuff like that. So like, I would just say, like, to parents, be empathetic, really pay attention to your kid, like definitely make time for your kid. I think that's something that's really important. Like, you'll know these differences if you're spending time with your child, not just like when you guys get off work and you pick them up from school and y'all riding in the car. Like if they have a special interest, take time to get to know that interest. Like my mom knew I was into Legos, so she used to buy me Legos all the time, and sometimes she would build me, sometimes she wouldn't. But as I got older, that's where we started really disconnecting. So like these things, as they really started popping up, she wasn't aware of. And my older brother was actually like, my older brother's on the spectrum, but he's visibly on the spectrum or whatever you want to call it. And so everybody gave him a lot more attention. And so you have kids that don't show that attention, because what we do is this thing called masking, which is really big in the neurodivergent community, where we learn to be normal like everybody else. Like we learn to hide it, and it's painful as crap while we're doing it, but we learn to hide it. So it's like the second you see something that just like seems a little bit off about your kid, you'll know because you're actually spending time with them. And those are the times where you need to say like, hey, you know, I just want to, take you to go see somebody just so we could talk about some of the unique things going on in your life, or ask them like, do you feel a little unique, or do you feel like you're different in some ways from your peers that might make you uncomfortable? And then they'll be able to kind of talk from there. Like kids, they're not really looking to hide things from us as adults. As a teacher, I know way too much about some of you parents. Okay. So these kids are willing to talk. You just have to ask questions. And if you're not going to ask these questions, then you're not going to get answers.
Right.
So first step, ask questions. Second step, spend some time with your kid. Third step, gain an interest that you guys can like mutually take on, because then the first two will come super easy to you because you're spending your time with those things.
Great answer. So now we're at the top of the hour, so we appreciate you coming in. But before we get out of here, give your information so people can get, if you work for any type of graphic type stuff, he creates it. He creates rooms and all this other stuff. So give your information to the people so that they know how to get in contact with you.
So you can find me on Instagram at KC. So that's Kilo Charlie, not the word Kilo Charlie, but I'm military family. So KC Nelson Designs on Instagram. You can also find me at kcnelson.com. That's my portfolio where you can see some of the work that I've done. And then of course, in the promo for this podcast, you'll see that my Instagram handle for like my social Instagram has dropped. So you can also follow me on there. And on Facebook, I'm literally the only Kevin Collins Nelson you're gonna meet. Like I have the whitest Irish name for the blackest brother you're gonna see on Facebook. So trust me, you'll know it's me.
Cool. And then like my sister always says, you're a part of the family, and I already got my wheels spinning with our men's month that we're having in June. We're gonna have some special things, so I need you back so that we can help to create this space of men actually taking time to do the work so that we are better leaders in our community and on our homes.
Okay,
so I appreciate you being here, my brother. Thank you. And how wild is that this man, and we're making a post on Instagram with all these people in the world, and he happens to be from Raleigh at the crib.
I know, right?
Well, not from Raleigh, but living in Raleigh and at the crib. So God, this is a God connection.
Oh yeah, this is all nothing but God.
So for everybody out there, have a great weekend.
Yes.
Thank y'all for your questions. Thank y'all for asking questions that we probably wouldn't have thought about asking. Right. And we enjoy every piece of it. This is TDS Radio. Please be safe this weekend so we can see y'all on Tuesday.
That part.
TDS Radio, our voice, our culture.
Bye.